Alright, so looking at hyperbolas here and graphing them, we always want it set equal to 1, just like we did for ellipses. So we want to divide by 36 all the way across. 9 over 36 reduces to 1/4. Okay. Since our x squared and our y squared have no number with them, the center is just 0, 0. So don't overcomplicate that. So in my head here, x is going first. So since x is going first, I know that it's got to go this way. Okay. All right. So if that is a squared, that means that a is 6, right? So what that means is from the center, I'm going to go 6 left. And I'm going to go 6 right. Those are my new vertices. My co-vertices are going to go 2 above and 2 below. Okay. So what that helps me do is make this box. So just make a rectangle with those 4 points there. Okay. That's how I also make my asymptote. So make your asymptote go through the center and out the corner. Through the center and out the corner. And I know that my hyperbolas are going sideways, and they will never touch those asymptotes. So think about what it means to be an asymptote. It will never touch them. It just goes, it follows them basically up the line there. Okay. So going back and looking, that puts my vertices at 6, 0, and negative 6, 0 when I counted those. Put my co-vertices at 2, 0, and negative 2. I definitely switched up my x and y. 0, 2, and 0, negative 2. Okay. For your asymptotes, you have a couple of options here. One, use the formula from above, which is probably what most of us will always do. It's fine. Another one is the asymptote, notice, is just y equals mx plus b. B here is 0. And then what is my slope? It's up 1 over 3 or down 1 over 3. So it's y equals 1/3 x plus 0, or y equals negative 1/3 x plus 0. Notice I'm not writing the 0. You could also plug in 0, 0 there, and then do 6 divided by 2, which is also, 2 divided by 6, which is also 1/3. So the formula works as well. But if you have to graph, you can just use your graph. For your foci, they're just a tiny bit more work. So c squared equals a squared plus b squared. So c equals the square root. A squared is 36. B squared is 4. So that's 40. Which is approximately 6.32. So what that means is that I would go 6.32 both ways from my center. When I say both ways, from my center. And then list those points. When my center is at 0, 0, that makes it really easy. It's just negative 6.32, 0, and 6.32, 0. Okay. This video may be a little longer, but I am going to go over the next one. So if you think you have it, you can just stop and then check your answers. But this one starts with y. So I know that it's going to be an up and down hyperbola. It's already set equal to 1. A is 5. B is 3. I know that because 5 squared is 25 and 3 squared is 9. My center, so x goes with x, y goes with y. So opposite of positive 4 is negative 4. Opposite of negative 1 is 1. Okay. Since it is an up and down hyperbola, my vertices are actually going to go up and down. So I need to count up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then count down 5. Okay. And then I will count left and right 3 for my co-vertices. And now I can list those vertices and co-vertices. So the vertices were the top and bottom. And the co-vertices were left and right. If I make a rectangle around the box, or around those 4 points, I don't really know how to describe that properly. My asymptotes are these guys. So it goes through the center and through the corner of those rectangles. So now I can accurately draw my hyperbola. If my foci is 25 plus 9, the square root of 34 is approximately 5.83. This one makes it a little harder. What that means is from the center, so remember center's right there, the pink dot I just drew. I'm going to go up 5.83 and I'm going to go down 5.83. Okay, so where that puts me is negative 4, comma 6.83. And then when I went down, it put me at negative 4, comma negative 4.83. Because I had to add and then subtract to the 1 there to go up and down. Okay. For your asymptote, this one would be harder to just look at the graph because I don't know exactly where my y-intercepts are. And in fact, my y-intercepts are at fraction answers, so that's not helpful. So I am going to use the formula right there that says y equals plus or minus a over b. So in this case, 25. Nope, that's a squared. Remember, a is 5. B is 3, so 5/3. And then x, h is negative 4, so a negative is positive, plus k is 1. Alright, and then I'm going to simplify that. So 5/3 x when I distribute. And then 5/3 times 4 is 20/3 plus another 3/3. Oh, we got to back up here. Right now, I am this does change depending on if you're positive or negative. So right now, I'm working with positive 5/3 x, and that's how I distributed that. So that one is 5/3 x plus 23/3. Now let's go back and do it with negative. So negative 5/3 x minus 20/3 plus 1. Notice I'm just finding a common denominator for 1 to get the final answer of y equals negative 5/3 x minus 17/3. So asymptotes are the hardest part, in my opinion, but they're doable.